Well, 94.1 The Bay's Party Station. I am very honored because she is doing my lifelong dream. I've always wanted to be an actress. Miss Actress, a really good actress. Introduce yourself to the Tampa Bay area.
Thank you so much, my love. My name is Reyna Love.
Now, are you from Florida?
Yes, born and raised, County of Dade, Miami, Florida.
I am a big fan of Secret Society 1 that was out, and now we got Secret Society 2 that's coming out when?
Yes, July 29th on Amazon Prime.
Now, the first movie was very interesting, messy. There was a lot of twists and turns. The plot was lit. What can we expect from Secret Society 2?
Let's just say it's going to be epic. Let's just add more icing on top of part 1. You know, we have from the cast, we have Erica Pinkin, who's returning. We have Adasia, she's like my new sis and co-star. Jeremy Meeks, Black China, Trina. The list goes on. We have a lot of new faces, so you guys are really going to want to hop on this ride.
Now, I've never got a chance to ask you, what was the audition process getting this role? Was it hard? Was it a long one? Did you know that you got it when you first walked in there?
Gosh, I remember, and it's so crazy because when I first got the script to audition for it, it was during COVID. It was storming in Miami. It was like a hurricane outside. I had the kids and the dog barking in the house, and I'm like, there's no quiet place.
Wait, you got kids?
I have 2 babies.
Girl, where?
I try. I don't eat. I don't breathe. But yeah, so I'm like, where do I go? The studios are closed. I have no really plain backdrop or nothing in the house. So I go in my garage, and you know, manifestation is everything. Prayer is everything. So work with what you have is what I say. So I was in my garage, and my garage had everything from an empty fish tank to boxes to clothes to everything that you can think of piled on top of each other. And I'm like, you know what? If it's for me, they're going to see my talent past everything that's behind me. So I literally was in my garage, and I did my audition, and I submitted it. And they liked it, and then they asked me to do it again. And in the midst of me doing the audition again, I'm reading the script, and I'm like, what's going to happen next? I want to know, sis. So, yeah, I ended up nailing it and being casted for the lead role, Celeste, which was a huge blessing, you know?
Definitely a huge blessing. The movie touches on a lot of stuff that is going on right now in our, like, the climate that we're in. And I don't want to give away too much, but
we can touch some topics. You know, part 1 is out, but as far as part 2, you know, we want to keep the little secrets to ourselves.
Now, the feedback that you got off of part 1, how was that? Did you got a lot of people that were like, did you get a lot of people who were like, you talking about too much that happens in that secret society?
No, actually, we got thank you for shedding light on our community. Mm-hmm. We respect you. You know, everybody's story is different, so we're not really directing the light on everybody's story, saying this is everybody's life. You know, we respect the LGBT community, so it's not like, you know, we're trying to put this image on them. We were telling a story. Miasha Coleman, she's like, oh my God, she's like, obviously, you know, my favorite author now, you know, and she did her research. She interviewed transgender women, and she just really killed it. She nailed it. And I did my best to step into my character's shoes and execute it so everybody can be able to relate to the character and also sympathize with her story. You know, kind of open up everybody's third eye, because people just tend to be very judgmental in this generation. And it's not all peaches and cream. You know, I believe we all deserve love. We all deserve to be wanted and accepted for who we are. And, you know, she nailed it.
Yeah, and, you know, I don't fault dudes for being attracted to trans women, because they're women.
They're bad.
And they're very beautiful. Yes.
Listen,
Cherry. There's one named Akasha, Miss Akasha Bentley from Tampa Bay.
Nikita Dragon.
Who
will be in part 2.
Okay.
You know, she's one of my faves. Then you have Amaya Scott. Listen, these ladies are slaying it. And me being a woman, I'm like, oh my, where do they get their hair from? Where did they get that outfit? Where did they get those shoes?
Right.
So Miasha just literally, I don't know how she did it, but with the grace of God and her talent, she put it all together. And not only that, with Miasha, you know, being a black woman in this industry, especially being a woman, it's hard. So for her to succeed and it being an independent film that she, you know, funded herself, I take my hat off to her, and I thank her so much for even giving me the role of Celeste.
Love it. Now, one last question.
Yes.
Who is your favorite to work with on the second movie? Like, out of Jeremy Meeks, who is fine. I'm glad that he's staying out of prison. You know, you got Trina, you got Black China. Like, who is your favorite to work with?
Oh my gosh. First and foremost, Jeremy Meeks is such a sweetheart. He's so cool, you know, on set and off set. Obviously, on set, he's like this bad boy that he kills that role every single time, being Prison Bae, of course.
Oh, yes.
You know, but when it comes to the favorite, I don't really have a favorite because everybody, you know, everybody's just diverse. The energy was just amazing, especially being able to be a part of part 2. It was like a huge family reunion, you know, especially with my sis Erica Pinkett, who plays Tina in the film. You know, me and her grew this great bond and relationship, and we related, you know, outside of the movie. So it was so exciting seeing her on set again, and us being able to, you know, be together throughout the whole process, because she lives in Atlanta and I live in Miami. We try to link up, you know, here and there when we're both free, but for the most part, it was just really good to finally be back with everyone and for us to just create magic again.
I'm so glad y'all coming out with part 2, because I was like, I need to see what happens next. Now, I love it, Reyna, that you talked about manifestation. Do you recommend people write something down, or how do you recommend people like do what you did to get to where you are?
Definitely. Whatever works for you, do that. Everybody manifests in different ways. Some people think that they never manifested before, but if you've ever been hurt so bad and you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, why? God, help me through this. That's manifesting yourself out of that situation. You don't even know it. So back then when I was going through, because I'm a victim of domestic violence, I was in a situation for 8 years. I used to put little quotes in my Bible, like, be strong, time will tell. You know, get yourself out of this situation. Your kids are bigger than life. You know, you're better than this. You deserve more. Love yourself. So I used to put little notes in there because I knew that damn devil was not touching this Bible.
Yes.
He would go in everything and anything else, my purse and everything else, but he wouldn't touch that Bible because I knew he wouldn't read it.
Right.
So I would put everything, and I would find myself not even knowing that I was manifesting myself out of that situation, but manifesting myself out of that situation. Don't get me emotional.
I know. I'm like, oh my
Don't
God.
get me
I'm sorry.
emotional.
Again, we're doing it again.
I know. See, the first time we were actually crying.
I know. I'm like, oh
we
my
were
God,
crying, and it sucks because, you know, I love the fact that I'm meeting you now because we were literally doing it virtually, and we felt the energy between each other because this topic is. I'm just glad in this generation it's not even sensitive no more. We have a lot of people speaking up and actually helping women and showing them that they can overcome their situation. So when it came to that manifesting, you know, I put it in my Bible, but whatever works for you works for you. Write it down. I have now in my room, I have pictures. I change it every 6 months, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Even if I have to photocopy and cut my kid's head off and put it on a Harvard student's body with, you know, with their degree, I'm going to do that. If it's me holding up an Oscar or maybe 6, I'm going to do that. Whatever I see myself manifesting for myself, my life, my family, my friends, love, happiness, peace, I'm going to continue to do that. So whatever works for you, do it.
I love you so much. Thank you for coming by. Now, if Secret Society 2 comes out when?
Secret Society Part 2, Never Enough, comes out on Amazon Prime July 29th.
So you got time to watch Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, you're really going to watch it. It is probably one of the best films, and I love that a Black woman wrote it, produced it, films it. So I'm so happy to support it. It's probably one of the best films that touches on things that are happening right now. And I'm sure that it's going to help that trans girl. It's going to help that man that's in love with a trans woman. It's going to open their eyes to different things, and people who are just like kind of biased and don't see things like that. So I appreciate you, and I didn't wear makeup today. Hallelujah. I know you did, so I don't want you to like start crying or nothing.
It's okay. Listen, that's life, but thank you so much for having me here again. You know, there are a lot of faces in Part 2. You guys are going to love the cliffhanger in the film, the story. It's going to be epic, and that's the word that I'll continue to use. Once again, we have Jamal Hill back again directing it, executive producer, Miasha Coleman producing her film.
Yes.
So I can't wait for you guys to see Secret Society 2 Never Enough brought to life.
Now, where can they follow you at on all socials?
I love you.
Love you too.
They can follow me at Reyna Love 305. That's ReynaLove 305, and that's on all of my platforms.
Miss Reyna Love is going to win an Oscar one day, and she better remember me, okay?
That's right.
When she does. All right, thank you so much for coming by to Tampa.
Thank you for having me.